It's not often where I see a female sub and a male dom dynamic that I'm impressed with. Because most of the male doms and sub dynamics that I see the foolery in that dynamic. I see how, even though the sub is the sub, she's still in her own way controlling that dom, controlling the dynamic. She knows what buttons to push to control her dom. Yeah, she'll play the role. She'll be 100% submissive when it benefits her or when it's to her convenience. But she's not a true sub. Rarely do I see a true sub with a real dom. However, the dynamics that I do see that I'm sort of impressed with and say, oh, okay, that's a real dom sub dynamic. Is with dominatrix, is with female dominatrix and their male subs. Look at the majority dynamics or encounters you see with dominatrix. Are they approaching male subs the way doms approach female subs? Male doms approach female subs like, hey, I'm a dom. I really like to get to know you. I'm into this. I'm into that. Do you want to hang out sometime? They're very desperate. Dominatrix don't act like that. Dominatrix are straightforward. Dominatrix are even ruthless to the most part. Dominatrix will push their male subs to the limit and be proud of it. It's a term in the BDSM community that most doms will hear often. And that term is, you're not a real dom. You're not a real dom. You'll hear that a lot. But how often do you hear a male sub say to a dominatrix, you're not a real dominatrix? You don't hear it. You know why? The reason why you don't hear you're not a real dominatrix is because dominatrix and male doms don't have to live by the same standards and the same rules. You never hear a dominatrix say, okay, I really want to be with you. I really want to make you feel comfortable. You only hear male doms doing that. So the question is, if you call yourself or look at yourself as a real dom, why aren't you controlling your subs the way dominatrix control their subs? Why aren't your subs bowing down to you the same way dominatrix have their subs bowing down to them? That right there alone separates dominatrix with male doms. See, in this BDSM lifestyle, you got to be straightforward. You got to be no nonsense. You got to let the sub know what your expectations are of her soon as you meet her. See, most of you doms don't do that. Why? Because you just want to get into bed with them. You just want to have kinky fun with them. You just want to have playtime with them. And then you want to dominate them. Then you want to regulate them. Then you want to give them rules. It's too late. It's too late. Why? Because the sub now knows that even though you are the dom and she's the sub, she knows that you bow down to her pussy. She knows her pussy runs the show. And you know it too. Because most doms, they are motivated. They are motivated by lust. They are motivated by their sexual energy. That's what they motivated by. Dominatrix ain't motivated by that. Dominatrix are motivated by what can this sub do for me? What can this male sub or female sub do for me? Aside from bedroom activity, what can you do for me? Male doms don't look at it like that. Male dom, they just so desperate to be with a sub. They just so desperate to claim a female as their sub. Oh, this my sub right here, guys. A lot of doms are just lonely. A lot of doms just lonely boys looking for companionship. Don't believe me? Watch this. Majority relationships in BDSM, a lot of them break up. A lot of them go, downhill. But guess who's the one that's enforcing, initiating the breakups? It's the female subs. And then when the female sub wants to break up, guess who says, I don't want to let you go? Guess who says, let's work it out? Guess who says, let's give it another try? It's the doms, the male doms. So what you got to do as a dom, you got to know straight up, you a utility. Yes, your sub looks at you as a utility. Your sub, after she has her little playtime with you, now she's not thinking about love. She's in business now. She's thinking from a business aspect. What can this dom do for me? What can this so-called dom help me with? Can he help me with my bills? Can he help me with resources? Can he help me find a job? Can he help me find a place to stay? Can he help me get a car? Can he help me pay my car note? Etc. That's what your sub is looking at you as, a utility. But how you looking at your sub, though? How are you looking at her? Oh, she does this in the bedroom. She does that in the bedroom. That's it. You got to be looking at her as a utility. Aside from bedroom playtime activity, what can she do for you? Now you got to put the pressure on her. So basically, when it's all said and done, you must dominate your sub or else your sub will dominate you.